Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. Also, if you are new, welcome. Today I am going over items I will not be buying as a pregnant mom of 3. So this is baby number 4. So I have some experience and I've definitely learned throughout having children, things that just are not necessary. And honestly, for me personally, all the extra clutter just causes more anxiety and overwhelmed. So hopefully if you are a new mom, pregnant, or just looking to start a family, this list will help you in a way of you can allocate those funds to the items that are very useful.
In the door, I could have sworn I've seen your face before. So glad that you said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by the night? We keep on drinking, keep on wishing.
All right, this list also is in no particular order, so I just made a list and what popped into my head. So no particular order, just things that I know are not necessary whatsoever. So item number 1 is a wipe warmer. There is no reason for a wipe warmer, and I actually believe it causes more harm than good. We did get a wipe warmer with Xander, our oldest, and we never used it. One, it was never charged. And then remembering to refill it. And then on top of that, when you leave your house, you're not taking your wipe warmer with you. So when they're used to those nice, cozy, comfortable, warm wipes, then they just scream. So a wipe warmer is definitely one of those things I would not purchase with my own money. I wouldn't put it on my registry. If it was given to me, I would either return it or rehome it. There are some items on this list where if I got them, sure, I'd use them, but I wouldn't personally spend my money on it. However, this is an item, I wouldn't spend my money on it, I wouldn't ask for it, and I would return it if I got it. All right, next one is a diaper genie. I see these everywhere, and there's different names for them. You got the diaper towers or whatever they are. They are so useless. One, they stink. They stink to high heaven because you have packed those things full before you empty them. But also, I will change my baby wherever it needs to be changed. And have you ever gone to a house or seen the videos where there's diapers in the family room and all over? I feel like part of that reason is because it's oh, well, I didn't go into the exact room where the diaper genie was, so I just left it out. We have a fairly large family. So in our house, our garbage is pretty much taken out daily anyway. And with newborns, their diapers really don't stink. They don't. I've noticed with all my kids, until they start getting into solids, their poop doesn't stink. So having a poopy diaper in the garbage and then taking that garbage out later in the day is so much easier than having another item in your house. Once again, this is an item that I would not spend my money on. I wouldn't put on my registry, and I would return if I got it. All right, item number 3 is burp rags. Burp rags are just useless. You end up with so many of them and they're useless. You either have a baby that barely spits up, so you can just use a blanket and wipe it, or you may have a baby that spits up a lot, either because of gag reflex issues or if they have acid reflux or whatever the case may be. And then a diaper rag does nothing. You need a blanket to actually cover. So I always found the best burp rags and spit up cloths were the blankets that came from the hospital. I saved those and used those. All right, so this next one, now mind you, I know I live in Florida, so it's now with baby number 4 even less of a thing, but I'm going to tell you, even all my other babies were born in Wisconsin. Frigid cold in the winter, baby socks. baby socks are useless. They kick them off. And most of the time, like especially if it was cold, my kids were in footsie pajamas. There was never any need for baby socks. I feel like they're more of just a cutesy thing that you get in gifts and things like that. I never used them. I maybe put them on once, and then like I said, the babies kick them off, or they're always in footsie pajamas. It's an unnecessary clutter. It's another thing that even if you get them, I would just get rid of them right away. They are not worth taking up space in your house, in your dresser for the baby. Going along with the baby socks are baby mittens. Multiple reasons. One, if you want your baby's hands covered, I liked the actual mittens that were built in to their onesies or their sleep sacks way more than the like individual mittens, because once again, they come off. But the other thing is, like, babies use their hands and senses to, one, communicate, and two, learn. Like, touch and feel is so important. So by covering those up, you're just taking away that sense from the baby. I know we're always afraid about babies scratching themselves and things like that, but mittens to me are not the answer. Baby shoes, another big one. And trust me, especially if you're having a girl, it's real easy to be like, ooh, these are cute and whatever. They're useless. They're so useless, baby shoes. They're a pain to get on. They aren't good for them. If you're trying to teach your baby to walk, like, having them in shoes is not good for them learning those skills. It's a cutesy thing. It is not worth the money. You're gonna end up like maybe wearing them once or twice for a special event, and to me that is not worth it at all. So do not waste your time, your money on baby shoes. This next one might be a little controversial, and with any of these, obviously you may have felt different with your babies, but this is my personal opinion. But this next one is the baby baths. I think the baby baths are so overrated and not worth it at all. They were always like clumsy to have to fill them and then empty them. I did find I really liked those flower pillows you can get to put into your sink for when they're like newborns and giving them those baths. But the actual baby bath, I think, is definitely a waste of time, a waste of space. Like, figure out where you're gonna store it. Like I said, then once you filled it, then having to empty it, it makes a mess. I am not about the baby bath. Once again, I had a baby bath for Xander, our oldest, and I did away with it for all the rest of the kids. I don't find them worth it at all. I'm also the type that once the babies get big enough, I always just showered with the babies. I would go into the shower, I would wash the baby, my husband would take the baby, and I would finish showering. So I would not waste your time or your money on a baby bath. All right, this next one's probably controversial also. And once again, if you're having a girl, this is so much harder. But 0 to 6, 9 months, cute baby clothes are a waste. One, they're really, really cute on the hanger. They are not that cute on your baby. When you have a baby that is squished down because they have no muscle at all, in these really cute jumpers or dresses or what, like, it's a waste. My babies lived in sleepy pajamas, sleep sacks, onesies, things like that. If you get 1 or 2 outfits for a special event like a baby baptism or whatever, but otherwise I feel like those cute outfits really are not a thing until they're at least walking or sitting, something like that. Because yeah, cute outfits are way cuter on the hanger than your baby that's laying there all squished up. Like, unless you're gonna like hold them like this to show them off in the outfit, it's not cute. All right, this one, anything that is labeled baby soap, baby detergent, baby whatever, is an overpriced, not worth the money at all. Go and just get the free and gentle anything, and it is so much better. There's no need to spend the high dollar on baby items, it's kind of like the pink tax on girls. You go and get that pink razor and it's 3 times the cost for the exact same razor in the guys section. Same with baby soap. Don't waste your money. The other thing is, like, baby clothes are so small. I never washed my baby's clothes separate from our clothes. They were always washed together. So then you end up using the baby stuff, which is super expensive on everything. Just go with the generic, free and clear, allergy sensitive type stuff. And don't waste your money on that baby tax of it being way more expensive just because it was labeled for baby. Next one is the expensive cradles. There's so many out here nowadays that are so expensive. Babies are not in cradles for that long. I also think the ones that shush and sway your baby back to sleep is so detrimental to you yourself and your baby. Because if every time the baby wakes up and fusses just a little, it starts making noise and swaying, your baby never has that time to learn to soothe themselves, which is so important. I also feel like when you're looking at stuff, if you're looking at a couple $100 to a couple $1,000, really consider how much time the baby's going to be using it. Obviously, if you got all the money in the world, you go and do you spend that money. But I am not Kim Kardashian, and I cannot just spend all that money on something that they're going to use, what, a month, 3 months, 6 months max? So don't waste your money on an expensive cradle. There are some really nice ones out there nowadays. There's actually one that I'm looking at with this baby because when we moved, we didn't bring any baby stuff other than like a handful of very specific items. So I will be buying stuff for this baby, but an expensive cradle is not one of them. Next one, kind of with baby furniture, is a changing table. I don't know about you, but I just changed my baby wherever we were and the baby needed to be changed. A changing table is useless. If the baby needs a diaper change, I'm not taking it all the way into the bedroom where the changing table is to change it. I always had just a little caddy with diapers, butt paste, possibly a change of outfit, easily available in the most common areas. So the family room, our bedroom, baby bedroom, and that was it. And I would use a blanket, even a changing pad. The changing pads are really nice if you're like out and about and whatnot, but I always just laid a blanket down, threw the baby down, changed his butt, good, done, whatever. But spending money on an actual changing table, I think, is definitely not worth it. It is usually just an area that's going to collect clothing and toys and clutter and mess. And in my life, if I can avoid the clutter and mess, the better. Next one is another one that can be controversial, but I have a story of why I am against these things. Baby nail clippers. Baby's nails, one, like, they can be sharp, but for the most part, a little filing, or let's be honest, let me know in the comments below if you've done this, if you are not a first-time mom, where you just bite the tip of their nails off. I did that, honestly, and y'all may come after me for that, but it's true, because those baby nail clippers, it's really hard to tell the difference. And I once took this tiniest sliver of skin off the top of my baby's finger with the baby nail clippers, which you would think they would be like extra safe. No, and it bled so bad, and I felt horrible. That was a one and done. I threw them out, never used them again. A little file, or I bit their nail off. But realistically, you normally don't even have to do that. Like, I never really noticed regularly that my kids were like scratching themselves or their nails were super long. There was times, especially being a breastfeeding mommy, if you breastfeed, you know the clutch they get of the tatas when they're eating. But yeah, baby nail clippers are a no-no in our home. Oh, the oh so trendy PPPP. If you are having a boy, there's always this thing of the baby's gonna pee on you. They will, but the PPPP is not the answer. Don't waste your money on those. The thing is, a boy especially, but also girls, they get that urge to pee when cold air hits them. So what I did is I would undo their diaper and then recover them. Usually they would pee and you are good. But don't be afraid of getting peed on. Let's be real. If you're going to be a parent, you're going to get peed on. You're going to have projectile poop on you, and you're going to get puked on. I know it's gross. That's mom life. So don't waste your money on a PPTP. It's not worth it. All right, so this next one, I personally would not spend money on it. However, if it was given to me, I would use it. And that is a breastfeeding pillow. They can be expensive, and to me, they are no different than just a regular pillow. So I am not buying a breastfeeding pillow. If I get one, great, I'll use it, but I'm not gonna spend my money on a breastfeeding pillow. I will just use a regular pillow. The other nice thing about regular pillows is I usually have a lot more covers for them. So if the baby spits up on it, I can just change the cover, wash it, put on a new one. It's a lot easier to keep clean and sanitary. All right, the next one, and there are some cute ones out here. This one's hard sometimes. You get the urge to just buy, but there is no need for it. Diaper bags. Don't buy a diaper bag. One, especially as a new mom, we overpack when we leave the house. We do. There's no need. Couple diapers, depending on how long you're gonna be gone. If it's a quick trip, a diaper and some wipes and a change of outfit. If you're gonna be gone a little bit longer, then a couple diapers and wipes and a change of outfit. You do not need the diaper bag. I always have what I call my mom purse. And that's something you're gonna use for years and years and years to come. I still have my mom purse. Because even as kids get older, there's little things you have, the little snacks, the outfits, little things like that. I have a little bit bigger of a purse, but there's no need to overpack. You also don't need a million snacks or a million of this and a million of that. It might be a little bit different if you are a formula feeding parent, but even then, you know how long you're gonna be gone. If there's gonna be 1 or 2 feedings in there, bring a bottle, bring a little zippy bag of the formula, throw it in your purse, you're good to go. But there's really no reason to waste your money, especially on a very expensive diaper bag. I never used it. Okay, bottle warmers. And really this can go with anything that is like trendy for bottles. So the bottle warmers, the bottle sanitizers, the bottle like grass thing to drying rack, whatever. Any of those. Do not waste your money on them. Literally to warm bottles, I would take a glass cup, put water in it, put it in the microwave, and then set the baggie, because it would be frozen breast milk, into the hot water. That's all you need to do. You can use a pot on the stove, warm up the water, set it in there, put it in the microwave, set it in there. Crock pot, you could use that. There's so many options. It's just extra clutter and you're not going to use it that often. So don't waste your money on any of those catchy gadgets. The bottle sanitizers, use a boiling pot of water. That'll sanitize your bottles. Or if you have a dishwasher, put it on the pots and pan setting. That'll sanitize your bottles. You do not need all these trendy things, once again, that are just being like pushed on, ooh, baby. They're not necessary. They are just being pushed out there and marketed towards babies, but it's not a necessity, and you can use that money elsewhere and it would be way more practical. All right, so the next one, blackout curtains for your nursery. Don't do this. So many new parents especially do the blackout curtains because they're like, oh, nap time, or the be quiet, baby sleeping. This is another thing that you are going to hate yourself down the road. My babies slept anywhere. And I mean anywhere, because I didn't use blackout curtains. I cleaned my house, including vacuuming and stuff, when they slept. I did not change our life when the baby slept. And that made it that baby slept anywhere we went. Happy mama, happy daddy, happy baby if baby can sleep. And when you're doing all these special things, especially when they are newborns, to help them sleep, you are actually hurting yourself in the long run. So don't buy blackout curtains for your nursery. Just put them to bed. I promise you they will go to sleep and get used to these things. And realistically, like, I never had ever had an issue at all. So don't buy the blackout curtains. It'll save you so much headache in the long run. All right, next one is going to be specifically, once again, from that about 0 to 6 month, is buying a lot of clothes. Don't do it. Buy just a handful of outfits. They grow out of outfits so quickly, especially that 0 to 6 months. At least after 6 months, they start wearing them a little bit more. But even then, you do not need to overbuy on clothes. Buy a couple outfits, leave it at that. If people buy you stuff, great. Once again, it's just, if I have them, whatever. But I remember with Xander specifically, I had bins and bins of every size because people gifted it. I bought it because it was cute. And so many of those items, when I got rid of them, still had tags on them because they didn't wear them. Once again, if they're winter babies, they wore sleep sacks and sleep onesies and things like that. That's what they wore. Summer babies wear onesies all day. So do not overbuy on clothes. Really, really, it can be hard. Once again, girls to boys can be a difference. It's really hard not to overbuy on girls stuff, but you don't need them. They won't wear them, and it's definitely a waste of money. Baby hats. Baby hats are another thing that I think is a waste. They never fit right. The babies never kept them on. And like, if I went out in the middle of winter, my baby was always wrapped up in a blanket. Like, they were covered. They were good. I did not need them in a hat. My house was not freezing. So baby hats, I think, go with socks and mittens. They're not necessary. They can be cute. But even if you really, really want a baby hat, every time I've had a baby, I came home from the hospital with a couple hats that the hospital gave me. You don't need more than that. All right, this last one, I have some contingencies on, and that is a pack and play. A pack and play at our house was never a necessity. We didn't use it. I think I had a pack and play for Bjorn for a little bit, but I used it as his actual cradle. So that was a little bit different. I didn't have a cradle for him, so I used the pack and play. But for the most part, I don't think there's a necessity for pack and plays unless you are going places. So we always had a pack and play at my in-laws' house when we lived in Wisconsin. That way, if we were at their house, baby needed to go down, they had a pack and play. Now that we live in Florida, my parents have a pack and play, and same situation. If we go over to their house, if baby needs to go down, they will have the pack and play. It will make life very, very easy. But for the most part, a pack and play at your house, I don't think is necessary. So if you are just home all the time, you got a crib, you got a cradle possibly, a pack and play to me is not something that is needed. Even for like playtime, I don't know about you, but if I would have put my kids in a pack and play when they were little, they wouldn't have played nicely. They would have screamed because they felt like they were in jail. So I don't see a point for a pack and play at home. If you travel a lot, that's different because it is nice to take them. They're very compact to people's houses, on vacation, or anything like that. But if you are a homebody like me, there is no need for a pack and play. All right, well, I hope if you are a new mom, an expecting mom, or just thinking about having kids and trying to get prepared, this video helped you out. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. If you're a mom out there and you have more for this list, definitely leave them in the comments below. Let's help each other out because I know there's probably some people out there like, oh yeah, these are some other items. So let me know. If you want to see similar videos to this, let me know in the comments below. I can definitely do like a must-haves list, and I could probably think of some more items that aren't worth the money. But hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye.